So until now, we did not know much about ProjectQ. Okay, what is Sony doing? What are they up to? We knew that it was supposed to be a remote play device, but we didn't know specs, we didn't know anything about it. And now, just a few hours ago, we had a massive leak of information coming out on Twitter, giving additional information about the handheld, what it will be and what we can expect. So we're going to fly through those. I'm going to give my opinion, my thoughts. And again, keep in mind, this is a leak. Okay, so this is not confirmed official Sony information. Take it all with a grain of salt. It does look fairly legit to me personally, but I'm by no means in a position to really judge that. It's interesting nonetheless. So this leak includes alleged new footage of ProjectQ. It says that it runs on Android, meaning that you will probably be able to run various Android software, including emulators on it. This is speculation. Again, speculation on top of the speculation. New reports claim that it will be sub $300. Okay. This comes from the FTC versus the Microsoft trial. So this is probably information that had to be laid open as part of this trial, and that's why we kind of have this ballpark number that they're aiming for, a sub $300 price. Tom Henderson, famous leaker on Twitter as well, pegs its release for sometime in November 23. So meaning it would come later this year for this year's holiday season. That would be a big thing if they come out and say, well, you know, here it is, that's what it is, and it's coming in a month or two from now. That has a lot of impact on sales, okay? So potentially, if this is true, then that's their strategy. It'll have all functionality of the DualSense. Okay, so holding it will feel like you're holding the DualSense in terms of the responsiveness and like the tactility and stuff that they packed into that controller. It'll feature adaptive resolution scaling to keep responsiveness up, according to Tom's report. An 8-inch LCD screen. Oh. Yeah. Remote play focused. That's what it says. 1080p 60 FPS, no further species revealed yet, so that's kind of all we know. I think someone mocked this up. I don't think this is a leaked image. But there's one thing that kind of gets lost in all this translation, in all this, oh, you get your PS5 on the go conversation. And that is that this is a remote play device. Okay, they've confirmed this already. You will not download your PS5 games onto this device and play them on the go. You can only connect to your PS5 and stream the games, and that obviously means no internet, no games. All right, now you would say, well, you know, we've got great 4G coverage. If you live in a city, this is great. Well, this does not have, at least not that we're aware of at the moment, any cell phone SIM capabilities. Okay, so you can't use 4G as far as we're aware. So it really begs the question, it's like, who is this for? Like, how am I supposed to use this? Is it maybe more like for the Eastern market, right? Like China and Japan and Korea and stuff, where you've got like really good coverage of internet everywhere. But then again, it's all cell phone coverage, right? Like cell internet. That wouldn't work here. So I don't understand who or what this device is for. If they would sell it kind of as a second player device where they're like, look, you give this to your friend and he can play with you. You play PS5 on your TV. Your friend runs along with that second screen. Great. You know, these are ideas that I like. I'm not saying they're not doing this. There's a possibility that they're going to introduce these features. I think all these leaks coming out now very strongly indicate that they're working towards an event in the very near future where they're going to introduce a lot of this stuff, talk about it, give us actual, real information coming from Sony. But at the moment, looking at these leaks and just assuming for a second that what we see here is correct, it's just a glorified Android tablet. It's a fancy remote play device. And we all know, okay, if you've tried anything like OnLive, Stadia, even Steam Link, right? I have Steam Link next door. It's fully wired. My computer is wired. Everything is hooked up with Ethernet cables. Certain games still don't play well, even if it is just running between these two rooms. Input lag when streaming games to any device through cables is always an issue. We've seen it with all the platforms I just listed, and we will see it with this platform. And I don't understand why a company like Sony does not learn from these mistakes. I mean, there is a fair point to make that at some point in the distant future, streaming games will probably be normal. We all will have very small devices that allow us to stream games in real time anywhere we are. So that is coming, no doubt. But it seems like these companies, whether it's Google with Stadia or OnLive before that and their other competitors, they keep trying the water, right? They're testing the water. They're like, is the market ready now? Let's put it out there. Oh no, let's shut down OnLive. Then Google is like, now the market is ready. Internet fast. Yeah, let's put it out there. You know, and then it fails as well. And now Sony is like, yeah, let's put it out there. We're streaming devices. And not only are we streaming it, we're streaming it to a untethered handheld Android device. Like, in my mind, having played and tried all these technologies in the past, that sounds like an awful idea. Cloud gaming sucks. There is a reason that all these companies disappear after a while. Because the technology doesn't work yet. It is not there yet. You will always have input lag if the game does not run local on your machine. That's the reason why Steam Deck is so wildly successful. Because there you download the game and play it locally on this hardware, wherever you are, you have internet, you're in a plane. It doesn't matter. Your games will run. I feel with this device, they put too many hurdles in your way that you have to jump, okay, to get to actually gaming. You don't have internet, you can't game. You want to download the game, you can't do that. And then the design, okay, so part of this leak was this video, and I'm not going to show it in full length, I think, right? It's like a dude getting his hands on the device and taking a look at it. There are not many surprises in it. It is pretty much what we anticipated. I mean, to be honest with you, the device just looks, oh man, it looks cheap. It looks like they really try to force it as hard as they can into the design language of this DualSense controller that they have. The LCD screen, it just looks disconnected, right? It looks like you slotted an iPad in the middle between two half bananas or something. Do you know what I mean? It looks like these cheap AliExpress knockoffs that you can buy. Just they slapped like a Sony logo on there. But in terms of the design, here's what annoys me the most, okay? And that is the reverse. Look at this. Do you see this? What is that? That is the weirdest thing. I don't know what to make of this. Okay, again, the screen looks like it's just been slotted in. Like you can just replace it. It's like, oh, let me take the screen out. I doubt that's what it is. But it looks like it's like removable. And then this thin line of plastic here and this extremely stretched out. I mean, it looks like a handheld controller, but you like stretch it out like in a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon or something. It looks very, very weird to me. It doesn't look appealing. Again, it looks like they forced it into this DualSense language that they already had. And instead of asking what makes most sense, what is most comfortable in the hand and most portable and safest for travel, no, they didn't ask these questions. They're like, how can we make it look like a DualSense? So that's not a healthy approach for something like that, in my opinion. Now, will this sell? What do I think? Because I've been wrong in the past, right? I said that the Switch is not going to sell. I was convinced of that at some point. The video's still online. You can look at it. Look at myself embarrassing myself now, looking back at the sales figures. But will a device like this sell? Keep in mind, there's the Steam Deck, there's the ROG Ally, there's the Switch, there's the Backbone, right? Which is like basically a device that you can attach to your mobile phone, turns your mobile phone into a gaming platform. So there's a lot of competition out there, and a lot of these platforms do almost the same thing already. Okay, like on Steam Deck, you can emulate almost anything, and then you can actually download the games, even Sony, even PlayStation games, and play them locally. So this device will enter into a market that is very competitive, and it is, because it's streaming only, right, like remote play only, it is already behind the competition in what it delivers if they make it very cheap, okay? I mean, it's Sony, it's PlayStation, they can't sell it for, let's say, $150. That would be ridiculous. I think they could produce it and make enough profit at that price point. But I think something like a $199 price tag is the sweet spot. It's affordable. It's in the price range where you're like, yeah, I might try that out. You know, if you're a PS5 user, an adamant one, then you want to try this out. You give it a go. But anything above $199, I don't see this going anywhere. And even $199, like someone posted this quite right, like $199 for what? Look at this. I mean, again, this is leaked stuff, so this is not official. This is not someone taking it apart. There's nothing in this device. If we can believe these images, this could just be a crappy mock-up, okay, like by all we know. But look at this. If it is accurate, it's nothing. There's nothing in this device. And it makes a lot of sense because you don't need any processing power. We now know apparently that they're working with Qualcomm to have some kind of Qualcomm processor in there, but it's not a device that is designed to run games locally. So you need a very low-end processor. You need very low-end specs for that device because all it needs to do is like get data via Wi-Fi and then feed it as a picture on your screen and you use the controls. That's all it needs to do. So $199 is, in my opinion, already stretching it, right? If you look at this, I don't know. And it would have been such a huge opportunity for PlayStation. The popularity of like mobile phones, the Switch, the Steam Deck, all these mobile devices over the last decade made all that hardware affordable and accessible, okay? It's not a big deal anymore to build a handheld device like it was maybe 20 years ago. So Sony could have built their own handheld. They could have built the PlayStation Portable 2. running the PlayStation 5 games, slightly lower graphics, what the Steam Deck does, right? It's not high resolution, it's like 700 something p or whatever. It looks great on that screen they have. A low-res device that runs all your PlayStation games, mobile, you download it onto your device, it's the PlayStation Portable 2. Dude, that shit would have exploded. Okay, people would have loved it. But no, I don't know why they settled for this streaming solution. It might be, that the pandemic is related, that they were planning to do a PlayStation Portable 2, a full hardware one, but then the pandemic hit and they couldn't get hold of the hardware, and then they made the decision to scale it back. This is possible, we don't know. But at the moment, if we can trust these leaks, it looks like that's what we're going to get. And it's disappointing. It's honestly, it comes as a huge disappointment. It was a huge opportunity. We knew that it's just going to be a remote play device. We knew that, but still seeing it, it's just so underwhelming. But that's just me, my opinion. What do you think? Leave your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. Okay, I'm curious to hear them. And if you want to discuss this amongst other topics, join our Discord. We've got a huge Discord community of like-minded people that like to discuss, video games, politics, whatever you want. Join through the link down in the description. It's completely free. I'm hanging out there as well. And please also don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe on your way out for more in the future. And to support me in what I do, I appreciate you watching the video up to this point. I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. I see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.